EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Big Easy. And with that Who Dat chant bouncing off the walls behind us, we know that we're ready for football at Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
Glad you're with us. It's Blake Grupe to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Kamara up the middle. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Blake Grupe now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7.
So that drive, 4 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run.
Blake Grupe to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Purdy. That's to McCaffrey, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw, Purdy. Looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Yellow, 43.
Throwing is Rattler. Able to get away. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
That's good.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Okay,
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
ready.
Play action. Now Rattler. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. How about that? Their quarterback, 26 yards. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Groupie for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off.
Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
13 yards. And the 49er first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 50 yards. And the Niners have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Down. Blue, 30.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. Tries the left side and finds Olave. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 47-yard line.
To the air is Rattler. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Rattler. Olave over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Rattler wants to throw it. Keeps himself upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's knocked away and incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
First catch of the game for Cooks. That'll be a 1st down.
That's good for a Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd and 5. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to pound it in. Kamara. Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Here's Groupie for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 36. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 all the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Come on, ready?
Off the play fake, it's Rattler. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He's letting it fly for Cooks. the 7-yard line. The catch is made. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. On the move to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have opened up a 2-touchdown lead in this fourth quarter. Groupie for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So Purdy and the Niners down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 39 to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Purdy to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's first and 10. Purdy to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They'll come up now. This is second and long.
It's second down.
Throwing, Purdy. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
But it brings up fourth down.
Here's Purdy to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
Blake Groupie to kick off for the Saints.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know, you just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that.
I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Buying time to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
The tackle by Isaac Yahoo. It's a gain of 11.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.